Hello everyone, it's Susie again from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all living the life that you want. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to your family and your friends and your animals, because life goes very, very quickly and we just don't know when we're going to be around. So always be kind to yourself and to the people around you. I just thought I'd have a look at the technicals, because it's sort of it's gone from being negative, bearish, to being bullish, to maybe slightly negative. So I just want to have a quick look at the technicals, just for sort of a daily 4-hourly view, and just see where it goes from there. So it won't be a sec. Thank you. Sorry, I'm a bit like Sia, the Australian singer that sings Chandelier, because I hate seeing myself on YouTube. So that's why I put myself to the side. So I hope you guys don't mind that. But I can't stand looking at myself on YouTube, and I don't know how the other males that do YouTube do it, because seriously, some of them aren't that they're not that good looking, and they just seem to have no problem looking at their face all the bloody time on YouTube. So I can't do that. So I actually move myself to the side. So I hope you guys are cool with that. Just looking at Bitcoin, just on the daily. I like to look at the dailies first, but we do have an upward buy. So we've got the parabolic buy there. We've got the histogram is about to go green here, and the accumulation index is blue, plus the moving averages have moved up as well. It does need to get to this resistance level of 12289.5 and above the Ichimoku, where you've got the red. Underneath the red, it's still quite bearish, and the bigger the cloud, the more resistance it has to get through. Now, as I've said in the past, I've always used a lot of indicators. This is the way I trade. I trade with pivots. You know, I used to trade with Bollinger Bands and all sorts of things, but this is what I like trading. And some people go, ew, you know, it's too many things. But look, as I said, some people don't trade with anything. Some people trade with a lot. And I've always, since 87, traded with a lot of indicators, and that's just the way I work. So you find what's good for yourself, and you just go with that pretty much. So Bitcoin's, as I said, got a buy. It looks like it can get to 12245.8, and I'd like to see it above that and above these levels here for it to be in bullish territory again. But that's on the daily. Let's check out the 4-hourly, which I also look at. The 4-hourly has got a slight sell on it, so we are getting a slight diversion between the daily and the 4-hourly. We've got the MACD moving average moving down, and we've got this sort of flat lining as well. So we might see Bitcoin come back to 10,171.7. Other people are talking about a big level being around this level, 10,371, which is the pivot point that I've got as well. So around 10,371, I'd like to see it hold up there. Otherwise, it could go, you know, quite bearish quite quickly. So let's just keep an eye on that. It's got to hold above 10,371 for me to still like this. Just around there somewhere. What have we got? Yeah, around 10,370, 10,372, something like that. So hopefully it will hold. Let's check out Ethereum, and I'll just go through the main crypto pairs. I won't go through all of them, but the main ones I look at for trading, basically. And this is trading, you know, short-term hold from 5 minutes to say 48 hours. I probably don't hold it any longer than that. The daily on Ethereum is in buy zone with the parabolic buy here. It is above the support level here of 911.17 on the daily. The histogram is going out of red, moving into positive territory, which is what we like to see. Moving average is moving up, and this accumulation index has gone green. I'd like to see it, you know, obviously above this level. If we put a line through there, it looks like it can get to 1100, something like that. Let's check out the 4-hourly on that. So the daily looks like it's going up, and the 4-hourly's got a small slight, obviously, sell here, got a kickback. So we could see just a little bit of sell, but, you know, according to the daily, you know, we'd probably look to pick up some around 8.99, something like that on Ethereum, for hopefully a move up on the daily. Let's check out Litecoin. That's done very well since they were talking about LitePay, which is coming out on the 28th of 2nd, I should say. Let's just have a look at that on the daily. I like to look at the daily first, and that's pretty much how I trade. On the daily, we've still got a buy on the parabolic par and the parabolic buy. Got blue price action here. Next resistance level is 266. This has gone blue, this has gone blue, but the moving average is slightly turning over a little bit. Let's check out the 4 hourly on this one. I think all the charts are going to be pretty similar by the looks of it. So we've had a high here, a high here, a high here. Highs are slightly getting lower on the 4 hour, but that could be construed as a descending wedge, which means it could be bullish moving up. Got a sell here. It's really got to hold, I would say, this level here, 210, and the final level 203. If it breaks below 203 or 210 particularly, it could look quite negative. Moving average has moved over for the 4 hourly, plus we've got it on the histogram as sort of a flat base on 0. So I wouldn't really like to see Litecoin below 210 or the next support level 203. So again, it's got to hold these levels for a further push on the daily. So I'd just wait if you're looking to buy, that's for sure. Let's check out Ripple, one of my favorites. Had a lot of good information come out lately about new clients and the like, but it's still getting sold around that $1.20. But it has had a lot of new information come out with new clients who are using their cryptocurrency as well. So I might need to do an update on that. The daily is a buy, parabolic buy. The histogram is at 0 at the moment, flat. Moving average is starting to move up, and the accumulation index is starting to move up, plus volume is starting to move up. Have a look here, across here. Resistance, a big line of resistance is the bigger picture, 174. But if we come back down here, a big line of resistance has been around 120, if you draw a line just across there. And we need to see that 120 break. We have got a rounding basis here. Get rid of that, because these lines are annoying sometimes. There's a rounding here, which is always a bullish sign when you see that. When you get that rounding, you do get a breakout often to the upside from the bottom. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly on Ripple. Ripple's holding up quite nicely. Even on the 4 hourly, you've got this roundy effect. It's 0 on the histogram, and on the moving average and the accumulation index is not doing a lot. But, I'd like to see it hold above $1. I can't see it going below $1, honestly. There's been so much good information out on Ripple recently. It's just unbelievable. And, as you know, I do a YouTube channel, and I was surprised to see someone on there saying that Ripple doesn't use blockchain, which, honestly, they just have no idea about Ripple technology. They have 3 lots of different technology, and, it's X Rapid, it's X Viva, and it's X something or other, and they all use blockchain. I just cannot believe that someone on my YouTube channel said that Ripple doesn't use blockchain. I mean, there's this concept out there, they think that Ripple's centralized and it doesn't use blockchain. Well, the technology, and I've said it again and again, the technology is decentralized, I should say, and the mining of Ripple is centralized. So the nodes are decentralized, of course. The mining might be centralized, and the ownership of Ripple, per se, the company, but the technology is decentralized. Ripple uses blockchain. I mean, it just seems to me that people have no idea about the technology of Ripple. It just got me. So I think I might have to do another YouTube on that. But anyway, look, I like Ripple. It's got this big rounded base here, and it's, it looks quite good to me. So I think it will improve with time. Just hold it, and hopefully we'll get a push to the upside on that. Let's check out Dash, privacy coin. On the daily, again, I like to look at the dailies here. Dash looks like every other story is the same. It's got a buy on the daily, and it's broken its downtrend. If you put a line straight down there, broken the downtrend, definitely. God, I hate these lines on TradingView. They're awful. And it looks like you can get to resistance of 861.67. Again, everything's in buy zone on the indicators. We go to the 4 hourly. Again, the 4 hourly, we have got slight sell down, but I don't know whether we're going to get a massive sell down. We just have to wait and see if some of these key levels are broken. Say, for example, if Dash breaks 667, then yes, of course, I'm going to start to get a bit more bearish, because the next level of support is 611. So I think we just wait, see if it breaks some of these key levels, 671, something like that. Monaro, let's have a look at that as well. It'll be the same story. The daily will be looking very good, but the 4-hourly will probably be looking a little bit negative, like it can give back a little bit. And that's the same story overall that we're seeing with most of the cryptocurrencies and the alts at the moment. Excuse me. Got a buy on Monaro. Again, everything's the same, up and up and up. And again, Monaro's got a breakthrough 320.84 and an Ichimoku cloud of 342 on the daily. And on the 4-hourly, basically, I wouldn't like to see it break through 283 on the downside. So again, if we break the downside in a lot of these cryptocurrencies, the fall can be quite swift. You know, it's going to be $40 or $50 on the downside. So we just have to wait and see. Let's check out NEO. That was doing very well recently, and then it gave back a bit. And I want to make, just make the statement that Ripple is the only cryptocurrency that can do trade in China. It's the only cryptocurrency there that's being accepted in China via Lian. No other cryptocurrency in China can do anything. They're not allowed to. It's banned and regulated in China. And so even NEO is not allowed to do anything in China. And don't forget, NEO did go up because of the Chinese story, being, Chinese platform or whatever. And the thing is, they don't have much of a foothold in China at all. And then they went up, obviously, as an alternative to Ethereum, which I don't believe they are, because compared to Ethereum, NEO's only got about 6 nodes, and Ethereum's got 26,000 nodes, which means Ethereum's technology, distributed technology, is so much better than NEO's. Ethereum, as I said, have got 26,000 nodes around the world. Decentralized technology, and NEO from last count was either 6 to 9 nodes. And don't forget, in October and November last year, a whole lot of negative stuff came out about NEO, about their lack of nodes, and the system was down for 3 or 4 days, and there was nothing going through in terms of transactions for NEO. And if you compare it to an Ethereum was doing so many more transactions compared to NEO. I think one day I looked at it, NEO had done 1 and Ethereum had done, 3,000 or 4,000. So me personally, my own personal opinion, I do not see NEO as being a competitor to Ethereum. I just don't, even though it's supposed to have the same type of platform. Ethereum just keeps getting more and more people that use their technology for ICOs, and NEO doesn't. And I still think NEO's got real problems. So I don't know why NEO, was going up so much, because it doesn't have access to China. And also, I don't see it as a real competitor for Ethereum. If anything, I see Litecoins being more of a competitor to Ethereum than NEO, even though it doesn't have smart contracts. So, but, that's controversial in saying that as well. But, I just, in terms of transactions and that sort of thing, transactions being processed, I think Litecoin, is going to be a lot faster and be a lot, a lot more used. That's my view. And also they have different miners to Bitcoin and Ethereum, so they don't have this mining story problem as well. If we look at NEO, to me it looks like the weakest out of every other crypto out there, alt currency, because it looks like it's just about to fall back into this big downtrend. Just drawn a really rough line here, and here it is sitting here right now, about 125, if this is correct. So if this slips down a bit more, it's going to be in this big downtrend again. So this looks more negative to me than, as I said, other alts at the moment, NEO. So, and I don't like NEO just simply because of what I've said. The 4-hourly on NEO, again, it's very close to that big down channel, and if it breaks on the downside, that's going to look quite ugly. So I just wait on NEO because it looks like it's more vulnerable to a breakdown, more so than anything else. There's a couple others I want to look at today as well. Now, one they keep going, and I have no idea why, is sentiment, SAN, USD. And all I can imagine is SAN has 63 million, or was it 63 billion? Bear with me for a minute. 63 million circulating issue, and I think they just keep buying this because they can move it around, the traders can move it around, and the speculators. This thing's gone from 25 cents to, one stage it got up to $6 or $7 if my memory's right. And the technology is crap. I mean, I've had a look at it, it's garbage. I mean, I could have written this technology. If you download the technology, it's pretty crap. And this thing just keeps going up and up and up on nothing. They don't have any clients, they have nothing. There's no revenue, there's no nothing. but it's just being moved around. The 4-hourly, it's got a sell here. You know, it's hitting a top here around 340. Let's quickly look at the daily on this one. But, you know, it looks like, again, you know, big buy here. You know, it did, yeah, it got up to $8. I can't believe it, on nothing. Just on low volume. People buy these things on low volume and pump and push them, you know, pump right up and down sort of thing. But, you know, this thing, you know, looks like it's on the way up again, and just amazes me when there's no technology behind this thing. Quite incredible, really. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. I don't trade this one, but I do keep an eye on it. On the daily, it doesn't look that good to me. It hasn't really done much like the other coins out there. It looks very flat to me. There's not much volume going through on Bitcoin Cash, so I'd be a bit skeptical to be long Bitcoin Cash. It doesn't look that strong on the daily to me compared to others. And, you know, again, it hasn't done a lot. I think it's more like a sell, but I'd be careful trading that one. Check out Bitcoin Gold. Oops. On the 4-hourly, it looks like it's coming off like everything else. Check out the daily on that one. Oh, and I want to check out ETC while we're at it. These things always go longer than I want, but it looks all right on the daily. But again, these are all the charts the same. It's done some reasonable volume though. This volume is starting to pick up, which is a good story. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong one. I've got Bitcoin Gold. My apologies. I was going to say the volume was looking good and it was really high. It was the wrong one. Again, I don't know whether I like this one very much. Even though daily, it doesn't look as strong as the others, so I'd give that a miss. One I do want to look at is from Classic. My understanding is they're doing a fork. I don't know whether it's a hard fork. It might be a soft fork, but it's one reason why it's had a big push from, you know, down here, $14 to up to about $34. So, you know, the daily looks quite good, and, you know, it pushed down to here, $30 and went back up. And on the 4-hourly, let's just check out the 4-hourly on that. It still looks very good on the 4-hourly. So that to me looks like a buy, and it looks like it can break out on the 4-hourly as well. So that probably looks the stronger of all the cryptos at the moment. I think it's because there's a fork coming out. I'm not sure about the details of it. It's not a hard fork. My understanding is a soft fork, but I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll leave it at that, guys. Hope you're all well. Please look after yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to your family, friends. Life's short, and please do what you want to do, because there's no time. Life just goes so quickly. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you're all well.